The question of the day is there a similarity between Russia of 20th century and America of 21st? The simple answer is yes. The longer answer is, at the beginning of the 20th century, a very bright, young and well-educated man who called himself Vladimir Lenin, and actually it wasn't his real name, become leader of the left wing of the Social Democratic Party of Russia. His supporters, many of whom liberal and well-educated men, were dead set against a non-popular war with Germany. The economy was in a bad shape, the price of food had risen, and the government was at its all-time low in popularity. The ideas Lenin propagated were becoming very popular in Russia. Redistribution of wealth, free education, free medicine for all, social security payments to the old and sick disregarding their work history, no taxes from half of the population, and immediate withdrawal from the war. Most of the country loved it. Nobody explained to them how Lenin would pay for all these good things and what would be the consequences of getting out of the war. Since people were told that they would be given everything for free, they didn't bother to investigate further. So by November of 1917, 91 years prior to the Obama revolution, Lenin's party was in charge. They immediately took over the ownership of all natural resources, industrial complexes, railroads, and especially all means of communication. And Russia signed a disgraceful peace accord with Germany, in effect giving a foreign country control over about 1/3 of the Russian Empire. It was not known at that time that Lenin's Great Revolution was financed by the German army intelligence. Lenin's withdrawal from the war and giving away 1/3 of Russia to the enemies were purchased with 3 million German marks, probably the cheapest real estate deal in the history of the humankind. Lenin sold his motherland for money and power. The great Vladimir Lenin was an ordinary spy on a pay from a country Russia was fighting with. Communists took over by promising people many free things. They had to deliver. You shall either pay to people for services or force them to provide them. Doctors, for example, will not accept government insurance that pays them less than what they want to receive. So how you will do it? How you will make them accept this insurance? You probably shall either fine them or threaten them. Same with any business. You either force or fine it. My dad was a physician in the Soviet Union, and we lived in the city called Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, and I strongly believe that he was the only single one physician that didn't have practice at home. Everybody else were trying to get a little buck here and there, and were silently telling their patients, if you want a good care, come home to me, but don't tell to anyone about that. When there is no incentive at work, then people will start looking for other means to be paid no matter what. Many will use their positions to squeeze money from you or to steal. Others will cheat as much as they can. Still others will decide that if there is no incentive, they will pretend that they are working, like millions of Russians did during the time that I lived in Russia, in the Soviet Union. Yes, the answer to the question is yes. There is a lot of similarities between Lenin, or what Lenin was trying to accomplish, and what Obama wants to do in America, and God forbid, there will be even more similarities in the future.